We have reached the end of another skill, so let's review what we've learned by taking a quiz. First up, out of just 3 questions. What happens if a resource pool is found to be empty? This is a conversation we had earlier about multi-tenancy. In a multi-tenant environment, we have the root organization, and then we can have several different sub-organizations underneath that. And so if our resource pool exists down here as part of this organization, well, maybe it's empty, and so at that point we can go up to the parent organization and check for a resource pool that has the same name. At that point, we'd go up to the root and check the same name, and if we still don't have a ability to grab a resource, whatever resource we're looking for, we will recycle back down to the original organization and now check the default pool. And we'll do the same checks. We'll go up to the parent organization looking for default, and then we'll go up to that parent. I mean, there could be several parents in there. Ultimately, we end with the root organization, and only at that point is an error thrown. So with all of these options at our disposal, what we're really looking for is C, a parent organization that has the same named pool. And technically speaking, if we start at this organization, then our parent is the root organization. However, the best answer here is that it's its parent organization because, again, if we're down here at this level, then the root isn't our parent. We wouldn't jump immediately to the root organization. Next question, and this is a fun scenario one. A VNIC is statically pinned to Fabric Interconnect A on Ethernet 1/1, and it is configured for Fabric failover. Ethernet 1/2 on FIA has the same VLANs as Ethernet 1/1. What happens if FIA Ethernet 1/1 goes down? Okay, so clearly I ran out of ideas here because the VNIC's not going to be deleted just because an upstream interface goes down. This comes back to the idea of LAN pin groups, and LAN pin groups change our nature from a dynamic configuration to a static one. So the first thing we have to decide is it going to be dynamically pinned to Ethernet 1/2? Ethernet 1/2 has the same VLANs, and so technically it's eligible from that perspective, but because it's statically pinned, we are not going to participate in a dynamic process, so that option is out. Next, the question is, do we abide by Fabric failover? Because if we do abide by Fabric failover, then C would be correct. If we can't fail over the fabrics, then A would be correct. Well, the answer here is C, because Fabric failover will work in this scenario. If we're enabled for Fabric failover, we will swing over to Fabric B and find an interface over there that we can use. Okay, last question. In what type of policy can CDP and LLDP be enabled or disabled? Now, this is very much a recall question, hoping that we've memorized the right thing, and unfortunately, these kinds of questions can show up on exams, so we should be prepared for this. The idea here is which of these policies can we enable or disable CDP and LLDP, and either you know it or you don't. The answer is D, the network control policy. We saw as part of a VNIC configuration, or a VNIC template, by the way, either way, that we're able to specify a network control policy. And the network control policy is where we add CDP and LLDP configuration. All of the other policies listed here are doing other roles within UCS. And that wraps up this quiz. If you find yourself missing any of these questions, then be sure to go back and watch the appropriate videos to make sure that we've got it all down pat. Otherwise, congratulations on completing Explain UCS Network Configuration. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.